we have here is a great place to start. He's very busy right now. But right over here is an old friend of mine, Randy West. You know, and you can meet Randy West. And you can see how many people are dying to meet Randy West. It's almost like when I sell CDs after my show. It's the same kind of lineup. I think we have the same fan base. But Randy, you know, can we talk to you for a moment? Of course we can. Now, you and I have been friends for a long time. Yeah, move the line back for 1 minute. Let me just talk to Randy. There's plenty of autographs for everybody. Please. Anyway, Randy.
The sun goes down and the stars come up, and there ain't no place to go. But you're in the mood for seeing something blue, like an X-rated video. You want Nicky down for a little while, or a taste of extra gear. Heroin driving you insane, and the man leaves you crying in fear.
When you talk about the adult industry's leading men, there have been many on there, but there was nobody like Randy West. And unfortunately, we have some sad news this week. Over the weekend, Randy West has passed away. He was 76. This guy, you know, I'll tell you, he's made many films. During my stint in the adult industry, I've seen a lot of his stuff come past us through the production studios. There's some great stuff out there that he's done. I mean, this man also discovered a lot of porn stars, which are still to this day very popular. AVN had put out an article. It's a tribute article, and it's a really good one. And we're going to read this. This is out of Las Vegas. Legendary adult performer, director, and AVN Hall of Famer Randy West died Friday at a hospital near his longtime home in Las Vegas as a result of kidney and heart failure. He was 76. Michael Mark, a longtime friend and business manager since 1994, announced West's passing on social media, saying he was writing this post through heartbreak and tears as my dearest friend and true brother Randy West has begun his climb up the stairway to heaven to join his folks and friends who had left before him. Born Andy Abrams on October 12, 1947 in New York, West's lengthy career began with a non-sex appearance in 1977's Emanuela's Around the World. He followed up 2 years later by venturing into the adult industry as a stud in a 10-minute film loops like Pressure Productions film 255 by VCR opposite Samantha Fox and Vanessa Del Rio. John Stagliano, founder of Evil Angels, which distributed West's movies for many years, told AVN, "I did strip shows with Randy in 1980. He was, to me, the first really good-looking guy who could perform well in the porn features shot then. And he could act." He added producing and directing in Dirty Debutantes, get that out, which was Ed Powers also working with them at that time. Then did his own lines, one of which was Up and Comers, which specialized, like Dirty Debutantes, in the same thing, interviewing and shooting new girls. This was a big fad in the early 1990s. I also shot him in several features. He was good. He had a great reputation among us directors. This he did with no medical assistance. He was a true hero to us porn fans. West appeared in well over 1,500 adult releases from 1977 to 2010, including 129 volumes in his flagship Up and Comers line, where following a brief interview, he also performed with almost every girl. So his actual number of scenes were considerably higher. He shot both amateur and new performers, most notable the first appearance of Jenna Jameson in Up and Comers number 10. West was a blessing with a rugged, handsome face, athletic body, a permanent suntan, thanks to so much time spent on the golf greens, and an undeniable ability to perform. He was strong demand for many companies. I was first hired Randy to be my scripted features derby debutantes. Producer and star Ed Powers recalled, he was a great actor, could do every scene verbatim. He was also a dedicated golfer. If there were any lull for a few hours in shooting, he would take off and play a few rounds and always made it back in time. West pursued his love of golf until his health literally put a stop to it 4 years ago. He had a serious heart attack while golfing, followed by another that left his heart functioning at a great reduced capacity. A bypass helped, but his energy level was never the same. West was special to Powers and perhaps did 40 scenes with him as one of the Nasty Brothers in the Dirty Debutante series. We remained friends over the years, and he used to send me jokes all the time until recently when they stopped coming, Powers said. Yeah, that's one thing before we go on further. One thing about West, he was always, and the thing is, he always joked around a lot. Powers traveled extensively with West, and together they shot in places like Asia, Amsterdam, and France. We decided he needed his own series, which I distributed for the first dozen or so in the series, Powers explained, and then we agreed to move on to Stagliano, who had a better distribution. West was also a strong presence at the annual AVN Award show. AVN Awards director Gary Miller remembers that. When the show first began, it was hosted by Paul Fishben, then Rick Savage, and for 3 wonderful years, 1992 to 94, Randy West was the host, providing that along with his performing popularity and a great memory, he could hold the audience enthralled. He would sing with a comedic edge, lengthy songs that he would consist of primary porn titles. Yeah, I remember those days. I tell you, and if you saw the beginning of this video, you would understand. I remember the part of the lyric that included, let's walk through Geranial Park where it was nice and warm and always dark. One of Miller's favorite memories of West was joining he and his brother Mark Stone at a Dodgers game in LA where they sat close to the dugout. Paul Allen, publisher of Night Moves magazine in Tampa and producer of the annual Night Moves award show, recollects of West. He came to our second award show in 1994 and became part of the Night Moves family. He will be missed. Hank Armstrong, performer and former husband of the late Anna Mal, was a longtime friend who also lived in Vegas and kept close contact with West. For the last 90 days, he was very winded and unable to get around. I ran all of his errands and was his caretaker. He lived in a very nice house that I sold him 20 years ago when I was a realtor. He died a few days after being admitted to the hospital, Armstrong said. In 2017, a book about West was being written titled Look at Me, a Jewish Guy in the Porn Business, but was never finished due to the untimely death of the writer that year. West was also part of a documentary of the series A Life After Porn. AVN Hall of Famer Mickey Lynn remembers West fondly. I will never forget meeting him in Jim South's office and working with him on several features like in the 90s, like Radical Affairs, Video Magazine number 3, and Something I Can't Say, The Menace, where he played the prodigal of Denise the Menace. Lynn told AVN, Randy was such a kind, funny person, but most of all, one of the kind actor who was a true pleasure to work with. Love ya, buddy. Powers added the parting comments, I really admire Michael Mark and Hank Armstrong for taking care of him. Also remembers while Randy was one of the Nasty Brothers on the camera, he was even more so off camera. Never married and with no children, West very comfortably retired in 2012 thanks to successful investing of his video profits, and he rarely showed up in person for any industrial events after retiring in Vegas. He is survived by his sister and nephew in Florida and cousin in California. Yeah, that's right. I mean, he had such a charisma to him, such an extensive career. I mean, like I said, this is the guy who put Jenna Jameson, Asia Carrera, and many other major porn stars from the 90s on the map. If those of you who do like the porn industry, if you've never seen Up and Comers, do grab them. They are available out there. They're very good. I mean, it's an interview and a sex scene. Plain and simple. I mean, some of them you could probably find, some of the scenes you could find on Pornhub, especially the Asia Carrera one. Great looking, no longer in the industry, but great looking Asian woman. I tell you, very popular. She did a lot of films herself. And of course, Jenna Jameson, you know her very well. But Randy, like I said, he had that charisma. He was the porn industry. He made the porn industry funny, direct, and he knew how to, have everyone comfortable out there when it came to it. It wasn't an issue. You hear all these horror stories and all that in the industry, but when it came down to, in the Randy West productions, you didn't hear those problems. You didn't hear those issues. That's why when people chastise the porn industry, you have to remember, there are some good parts and some bad parts. And it's the same thing with Hollywood. In Hollywood, you have some good parts and bad parts. The music industry, same thing. Listen, hey, you got the Diddy situation going on right now in the media. Not to bring this up, to the situation, but like I said, there are bad parts and then you have good parts. And Randy was one of the good parts of the adult industry. So, rest in peace, Randy West. We knew thee well. I never met the guy, but from what I've seen from his movies, his interviews, I felt like I knew him well. So comment below, let me know your thoughts about this. Don't forget to like and share this video and subscribe. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Once again, rest in peace, Randy West.